Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Simone Vincenzi Talks Business, and today I'm talking about the Grant Cardone stunt. Was it a good move? Was it a bad move? What is my view on this whole situation? Now, for those of you that don't know what happened, basically Grant Cardone, one of the most influential figures public figures in the business, personal development space, real estate and speaking space, has done a video on his Instagram and put it everywhere else announcing his bankruptcy. Now, he said he was going to jail, I'm gonna get bankrupt, and then he was basically selling out all his assets. Now, the day after, he released the video saying, oh, this wasn't true, it was a PR stunt, I wanted to make a point, and the point is bad news travels faster than good news. In fact, everyone started talking about what he did. Everyone started talking about, is he really bankrupt? And people started saying, yeah, I knew he was just a liar, so he never had any money, and he was just creating this big figure. Other people were seriously concerned, and then he was like, you know what? Everyone kept talking and sharing their opinions. And he used that to promote one of the webinars that he is doing. So that's the context. Now, of course, this divided people in two parts. Some people are thinking, this is really bad taste. You have people dying on the street, you have businesses failing, you have people really going through bankruptcy, what that looks like and feels like, and how it's affecting their emotional health, their physical health, their families. So if you want to have publicity or have people to talk about you, you can do it in another way. And other people see something different. They say, you know what? Fair play to him. He pulled the marketing stunt. Everyone is talking about him. He proved the point and he did it really well. So that's where situations are in. So this is what I personally believe. It's not something I would personally do. It's not something I would do. I think that any form of lie that creates attention is morally, for me, is not acceptable. That's how I am as a person. Now, do I see though his point of what he wanted to prove and what he wanted to make, which if you look at the video that he released the day after, saying, I wanted to prove this point, bad news travel faster than good news. And in fact, everyone kept talking about him, and everyone kept searching him out, and everyone started discussing what happens. But everyone started discussing after announcing his bankruptcy, not for all the other video content that he's constantly putting out. And that piece of video content got way more views and shares than any other piece of content that he did. So, did he want to prove a point? Did he prove that point? Yes, he did. And I think that is something for us to be aware, that we are not immune at all to bad news. That's what creates noise. That's what people talk about, more bad stuff than positive stuff. And then, of course, it's up to your moral standard. Would you do something like this, or would you not? I cannot judge him as a person. And why I don't judge him as a person is this. I never met him personally, and I never done business with him. And I think that in order to have a full judgment of a person, you cannot really judge someone from the way they act or interact on social media. And if I have to be honest, knowing Grant Cardone's brand and having following him for a few years, then actually it doesn't really look that off-brand. I mean, it's something that I could say, yeah, I would expect for him to do something like this. I wouldn't expect Simone to do something like this. That would be totally off. But would I expect Grant Cardone to do something like this? Yes, I would. But that's why I don't judge him as a good or bad human being, or sensitive or insensitive, because I don't know him as a person. And I think it's easy to judge, it's easy to give opinions away, it's easy to judge someone as a person as it is, instead of judging the action. So unless I know the person, I would judge the action, and I say, my judgment of the action is something I will never do. I will find other ways to create publicity around me, but not lying. I think one of the greatest role model of PR stunts and publicity is Richard Branson. It created a lot of publicity and stunts and getting a lot of people talking about him without lying or without, from what I know, of course, from my informations I have, without lying and actually creating something that got people to talk about what he was doing. Maybe doing something crazy that got people to talk about. So that's my personal point of view. So judging the action, not good. I think, yes, more people are going to search about him, but it's going to affect him. It's going to affect probably his business and the way people are going to think about him. It's going to divide even more his audience from the people that are going to really love him for that and the people that are really going to hate him for that. But one thing is sure, a lot of people are going to talk about him. A lot of people are going to now look at knowing more about what he does and who he is. And some of the people that will resonate with him will buy. Now he has more people to be in front of that can buy from him. And so we're going to see. We're going to see. Is it going to be a backlash? Is it going to be really profitable for him? Who knows? But that's my view on this. Judge the action, not the person. Unless you know the person or you have to deal with them. Because that's your only way you can really have a full spectrum, the full awareness of a person. But we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. So this is my view. I would love to hear yours. Let me know. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Good stunt? Bad stunt? No go? What's your view? All right. I'll see you next video. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Simone Vincenzi Talks Business. Ciao.